They're out on a hill. They're listening to Jesus. It's time for some food. Jesus says to Andrew, hey, we got to feed these people. Andrew's like, please. We don't have anything. Do you know how much money it would take to cover all this food? And then somebody else, one of the other disciples, comes up and says, hey, there's this kid here. He's got 5 barley loaves and a couple fish. You know, I know it's not much to share, but it's a starting point. Jesus blesses it, hands it out. At the end, they send out a group with baskets. They come back, fill up the baskets. It's all multiplied. Everybody's satisfied. Great. People love this miracle. They love the miracle maybe a little too much because they wanted to make Jesus king. So Jesus leaves. He goes to another place. The disciples go on ahead of him. Jesus is behind. They're in a boat. Jesus walks on water. You know, just another small miracle in this whole big thing. The people realize he's gone. They get in boats. They find him, and they're going, okay, we found Jesus. Now, we don't know exactly what they wanted, but maybe they wanted a couple things. Maybe they wanted like a nice bread machine miracle to keep going on. You know, maybe they wanted Jesus to create one of those ovens where you didn't need to put anything in and just bread just kept on coming out. Kind of like, you know, I Love Lucy conveyor belt of bread going on. Maybe that's what they wanted. Maybe they wanted to once again create him as king because he showed this sign, this miracle. Maybe they wanted both. But what Jesus tells them is he tells them first, that we learned about a couple weeks ago, hey, you know, don't start with the small talk. You're here about the bread. But I've got something better for you. I've got something bigger. I've got something that you can't imagine yet. And that is the bread of life. A bread that is beyond food, that is beyond understanding, that is beyond, that you're going to be working with for the rest of your lives. And 2,000 years ago, from now, people are still going to be talking about how we can participate with Jesus. Then Jesus tells them something else. He says, you know, it's my flesh that is the key here. Unless you become nourished on my flesh, nourished on my humanity, nourished on what has become real here on this world at this time, that is where the answer is. The answer is not in a never-ending bread machine. The answer is not in me taking over and covering what the Romans are doing and reversing that. No, the answer is beyond, and part of it is my flesh. Part of it is in that God has come down on earth and created in creation, just like humanity, to live and understand that creation.